Morning, legends. This is Mr. Berg and Mrs. Stoppenhagen. Stop. This morning we're going to do the Code of Conduct meeting through a video. I apologize that we haven't had any makeup to make me look better, and Ms. Stoppenhagen's hair is a little, well, anyway. To start with, we're going to cover the school-wide expectations of respect, responsibility, and integrity. What's integrity?
Doing the right thing, even if nobody's watching.
Thank you, Mrs. Stoppenhagen. And one of those things would be not to litter, correct? Our daily expectations here at Northside High School are that we follow all building rules, and to follow them, you got to know them. So we're going to go through what those rules are. First one is be on time. Be here on time and be prepared to learn. Keep the school safe. Tell an adult if you know something's not right. Be respectful of school property. Take care of our hallways and our building. It's been here since 1926-27, so let's keep it going for another 100 years. And then be respectful to everyone. Remember, you also want to remind your teachers to show you the videos, the announcements every day, and then also check the TVs in the Commons for upcoming announcements, changes, etc., things like that.
All right, arrivals, start of the day. Our doors open at 8:15. Okay, you will be released from the Commons at 8:30 to where you can go to breakfast. Please be cautious during construction times. We'll be having construction start out there on State Street, so make sure you're paying attention to that, maybe planning, getting here a little bit early. One thing we want to remind people is the Ellis Teca Drive is a drop-off drive. You are not to sit there and park in the morning. A student should be ready to exit their cars.
But that's the time I talk to my wife.
Oh, man, sorry.
Or my mom.
You're going to have to make it happen later. Make it happen later. Also, absolutely no drop-offs on State, no crossing State except at the stoplights. That is called jaywalking, and that can be a pretty hefty fine in a school zone.
And have you seen the drivers that drive by Northside High School? Scary.
Yeah, not paying attention on their phones, all kinds of things going on. They're trying to get to work in the morning, too.
But they're not students.
Yeah, no. All right.
Dismissal. At the end of the school day, listen to all announcements before you leave class. By the way, you do not leave a class until you are dismissed by your teacher. The bell does not end class, the teacher ends class. At the end of the day, put your stuff in your locker and exit the building, get to your bus, your ride, or walk home. If you're in an after-school activity, you should be in the locker room or at your activity by 4:20. That's 10 minutes after the day ends. And drivers, if you are driving, be safe. We don't need any accidents. The other day we had a student run into the side of a bus. Be careful, cross at the crosswalks. Attendance, you're expected, we know, to be on time. Already covered that. Be here every day. We need 95% attendance rate or above for our graduation rates and things like that. Remember those. We'll be talking to you about that coming up in individual meetings. Students arriving late need to come through the vestibule. And you are responsible, if you miss a day of school, to make up all work. You have to see your teacher to get your work to then make it up. Excessive absences and tardies will impact your ability. I believe we had a teacher a couple years ago do a study. If you miss 9 or more days, then you are really going to struggle to pass classes and the I-STEP test. Also, attendance does affect your ability to attend prom and to retain your work permit.
Okay, let's talk a little bit about the important stuff, lunch, okay?
Give me that food.
Yes,
I'm hungry.
You get to that cafeteria, make sure you're always entering the right-hand side double doors. The other exit.
Right? This one?
Right-hand side double doors. The other is for when you leave the cafeteria. You should leave the cafeteria with no food. All food and beverages stay inside the cafeteria. Please clean up your tables and trays. Please be respectful of all the staff in the cafeteria. Smile at your lunch ladies.
Oh, I took your other one. Sorry.
And if you are eating in the Commons or sitting in the Commons, you're not eating in the Commons, okay? So we don't mind you going out there and sitting with your friends and relaxing, get your cell phone time in. Just make sure you keep the food in the cafeteria.
That's why it's called a cafeteria. You eat there. Code of Conduct is that little book that was sent to your home this summer. Everybody should have gotten one. If you did not, we have copies available. That is where all the consequences for different behaviors are in, and you can see what they are, and you can see what you're supposed to do, what you're not supposed to do. Most of you know what is right and wrong. If you do have questions on what is right and wrong, ask a teacher. Our code of conduct covers disrespectful behavior, disruptive conduct, insubordination, which is not following directions and refusing to cooperate, disorderly conduct, intimidation, threat, bullying, theft, vandalism, illegal conduct, prohibited substances, and injuries to other. We want to keep those out of our school. This should be a safe place for you to be here to learn.
Okay, one of the things we really want to emphasize is the language in this building. We want this to be a welcoming, safe place, so we need to be watching our language. Keep the profanity out of the hallways, keep it away from directing it at other students or at teachers, okay? We all want to feel comfortable here, and while some of that language you may find acceptable, the majority of people don't, so make sure you're kind of keeping that to yourself and use kind words.
Thank you. Dress code reminders. No hats, no hoods, shorts and skirts, fingertip length. No large holes above the fingertip length. If not, we have some spirit tape to put over it. Bare shoulders, and I don't want to see your belly button. You don't want to see mine. I don't want to see your underwear. You don't want to see mine. Keep your pants pulled up and your shirts down.
All right, bags and backpacks. All book bags and large purses are not allowed in the classroom and should be stored in your lockers. We have students that have exemptions to that. They have a special pass. Everybody else's have to stay right where they're supposed to be, and that's in your locker.
Cell phones or electronic devices, since we no longer have the, what are those little iPods? Cell phones only after 9:05, between 9:05 and 4:10, only in the lunchroom during lunch. So 9:05, turn it off, put it away. Don't want to see it. Headbuds cannot be around your neck. Put them away. You don't have them put away. We're taking them. You can pick them up after school.
That goes for the new high technology watches as well.
Oh,
they're just as
thank
much
you.
of a distraction. So if you've seen on your watch, we'll ask that you take it off and put it in your locker.
And it also goes for the media center. No cell phones in the media center. You know what, Legends? We're off to a great start this year. Let's keep it going. And let's have a great year.
All right. Thank you.